Yes, lads and lasses, how we doing? It's watch along time where we get to see the mighty Blue Girls this time versus the Crows. It's a tough ask. No Moody, COVID. Well, we can't say COVID, can we anymore? They've banned us, so it's the official thing is COVID hitching our protocols, whatever that means. So it's a big ask. Obviously, Crows one of the best sides in the comp. Carlton, our favourite side of the comp. Hey, there you are. Look, I found a positive. So thank you very much for joining me. We've got 10 minutes till bounce. I always want to call it ball up. I think that's a better thing. Let's see who's in chat. There's a few of yous. We got Big Lachlan. Good day to you, my friend. I don't think this can possibly be a dub. Don't want to be negative, but it is impossible. Well, I mean, welcome to my world. That is pretty much how I go into every game. So thank you for that. The legend that is Peter Harewood. Good day to you, my friend. Tough to find confidence. Hoping still, mate. Without hope, we have nothing. Is my mantra. Do you know what I mean? Let's go Blues. Good day to Toby. What a legend. Great to see you in chat, mate. The legend that is Lewis. Go Blues. Let's make an upset happen, mate. Good day to you. And that's it. Upsets. It's what we're all about. Good day, Pommy. Good luck today. Cheers, Arlo. Unlucky against a very strong Brisbane mob yesterday to your side. They were sensational. Well, I mean, if you are a Pom like me, you've had a bit of a tough week. My beloved Rangers got dicked by Celtic. That were good. I was up early for that. Then United lost to Middlesbrough, which is right near my neck of the woods. Only bit of a good luck for me was we returned the Calcutta Cup this morning, the Six Nations. So I've had a lot of early nights for little to no return in sport in France. It's been, being a Pom in my household has been tough. So we finished the week with the goals. We're expecting nothing, but hoping for everything. So, I mean, that's it. Yeah, you're spot on. I mean, some good players in there. Big question for me is you go into the comp with one ruckman, recognised ruckman. I don't like it. And this is something that worries me for the men. We don't have a plethora of ruck people in our list. Murkoff and TDK both get injured quite a bit. That is one of my big worries with the men. If COVID hits Peternet, if I was the coach, would live in a single bed sit. He'd only come out to train and go straight back, and he'd be under lock and key. Andrew, good day, mate. How you doing? Let's hope we see an upset. Big Mo. Hopefully not another miserable Sunday. Let's hope not, eh? Let's hope not. Eric, gonna get belted by 40 plus. Give the missus some loving. Well, she's actually out today. She's at her sister's. So, unfortunately, the only people who are going to get loving is you guys. What are the odds without wanting Elvis the TV? Without wanting... Oh, mate. I tell you what, this TV has seen some shit. I tell you. Hartford commenting on Foxtel, not a good look. Time to go! Time to go! Hey, don't worry. Stick around, Manny. We'll play Pom Bingo. How long is it until Pom sacks the coach? I'm going to give it 3 minutes first quarter. Was worried, like, mate, honestly, like list management, this is the way I describe it to my Pom friends, right? Ruck is like a goalkeeper. It's a specialist position. Not everyone can play it. I'd give you a half-decent footballer could do a serviceable job in any other position, but a goalkeeper and a ruckman, it's a specialist craft. I'm not a fan. Mate, glad Hill is back. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Hill. Mimi Hill does make me happy. Well, I mean, equality, this is a great point. Egan and Mimi Hill both just returned to training last week. Is it too soon? I think it is. For me, I tell you what, we're going to do it before even the game has started. For me, that says a coach under a lot of pressure. under a lot of pressure. But then again, they don't really. The AFLW is so well run. There isn't really any way that you can give these girls game time without playing them in the AFLW. Hey, Cameron, this is the kind of shizzle I want to see. Looking forward to a win today. Coach is desperate. Honestly, it reeks of desperation. I mean, I would say full strength, no one injured, and with a coach who's got a Scooby, this is a big ask. But here it is. But Carlton respects today. You've heard me preach this for the last week or so. Great cause. Let's hope that they can bring a bit of respect to the game plan. Hey, look, I've twisted it. I could work in the media. But here we are then. They look good. Grace Egan's jogging all right. That's a good sign, isn't it? Is it not? Tell you what, I'm all about pink boots at the minute. I am all about them. And I can hear my late pop turning in his grave. Do you know what I mean? Turning in his grave, I've said that, because for him, if it weren't black, get out was his literal mantra. Do you know what I mean? I scored 42 goals one season, and he still wouldn't let me have colourful boots. Do you have any idea when the next open sesh is for the boys? I haven't got a Scooby, mate. I'd imagine they'll have one though soon. I am going to go to the St Kilda scratch match, so I'd imagine it's that's next week, is it not? Or the week after? We're well in February. It's my son's birthday week today, and helps me remember Valentine's Day. So that's planning. It's planning 9 months ahead, so you don't forget days. They've got to pay. They've got to. I mean, these are the kind of games that Carlton, just as a football fraternity, win. Innit? Just when you lose all hope, they drag you back in. Hey there, Bateson. How you doing, me old mate? Tell you what, though, Adelaide, they just look an outfit, don't they? Even in the warm-up, they just look an outfit. Good news, though. Monique Conte, my main girl, she killed it today in the Richmond game. So, I mean, there's a cloud. Had a bit of a tough week in sport, though, ladies and gents. Tell you, sport's not my friend at the moment. Aside from curling and the Six Nations, it's been a bit rough. Still haven't fully recovered from the 3-0 drubbing. To be fair, but what's happened here is the TV actually just frozen. He's going to be excited. I'm excited as well. Mate, come and say hello. It'd be grouse, man. I don't know if that's the TV or if that's the stream. I mean, it is AFLW. So, I mean, oh no, there we are. We're back. We're back. Come and say hello, please, Mo. We have expectation, good expansion team, sadly. Yeah, I mean, the problem we've got at the moment as well with the expansion is that's usually when your teams start getting absolutely littered, isn't it? So, I mean, that's what worries me at the moment. Don't want to see any lazy kicks. It's going to be difficult. Mate, it's got to be... You've got to set standards. And I question some of the team selections as well. I don't think that standard setting... You know I love Elise O'Day. She's my girl. But would she be in my team? Probably not at the moment. I think you've got to set some precedent and standards. I'm never a big fan when you bring in a first gamer and then you drop them. We've done it twice this year. I think that's just the wrong message. When established stars, bunny ears, get continual games, I don't understand that. And that is from the men as well. That is a Carlton thing. Bring a kid in, drop them after one game, and then keep the established stars in. I'm all about standard setting, but Telstra there peddling their wares. Wares. It was 5 years. I tell you what, that surprised me as well. That snuck up. That snuck up on us as well, hasn't it? Are there any good key forwards out of contract? Well, you know what? I give her a lot of stick, but I'm pretty sure Sabrina Fredericks is out of contract as well. And I said it last year. If you're getting rid of Taylor, bring her in. At least you've got a target for a year while you look at it. Jess Good Jess Good for me. She's got something about her. Courtney Jones has got something about her as well. So, I would have had Sabrina there just to tide us over while we get game time into them. What will the message be on the whiteboard today? Smile, I reckon. Smile. I'm very well, Kev. How are you, my friend? I'm jury's still out if Harford is Teague. I think it's same person. Tactically, it is. You got me on the coaches already. We haven't even had the freaking ball kicked, man. We love it, don't we? Tell you what, hopefully I never have to slate Vossi. I genuinely do like Vossi as well. Like, Vossi's grown on me. Big style. So I do like him. But here we are then. I am all about orange socks, just quietly. Controversial point, right? Wouldn't you love to see Carlton have an away Guernsey with a bit of that orange on? Like, I'm not a fan of the plain white number. I hated the grey number. The light blue number, I like it aesthetically, but I just think, why do you have light blue? Because it's just taking the piss when you wear blue. I reckon a floral orange number with some navy down it would be sick. Would be sick, I think. No one thinks we have a chance. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Surprise people. Hopefully they have a big smile on their face when the game's won. Mate, spot on. I think my message here would be exactly what Lewis says. Intensity. Give yourself a chance, because we saw it all season this year in all forms of the game. As the ball is bounced and we have a stoppage. I think for me, the big thing would be just put yourself in with a chance. Put yourself in with a chance. If you're in it, you can win it, even if you're not playing well. Adelaide waltz through the corridor as usual. You are sick. Might have COVID symptoms. Get me a rat test. If they did the emblem on blue out, but in orange. You see, I don't mind that, but I would have thought, like, just imagine a floral orange number, navy trim, and then the navy logo. Tell you, schmick. Carlton, come and see me for all your marketing ideas. Well, first minute in, we're slowing it down, which I like. I think that's how this game's going to be won. We're going to have to really slow it down in the centre. Abby just attacks the ball so hard. Here we are, first inside 50. Tell you what, when this ball hits the deck inside our 50, it's the composure of France in any war post 1900. Is what I'd describe it. It is all over the place. It is like, just save yourselves, children. As soon as the ball hits the deck. Yeah, orange number. I vote orange number. I'd love a floral orange because it would work with every team as well. Only GWS wear orange. So it's the perfect away Guernsey. Ball hits the deck again. Panic stations. Here's Erin Phillips. She's so class, man. So class. Another stoppage inside our D50. Is it time for Darcy to go in the mid? See, I'm with you here. I think we should throw Darcy onto the ball. I think she needs, they need to get a bit of hands on the pill. Few stoppages here. And as Mo says, we're under the cosh. We are under the cosh. Bats to the wall. Once more into the breach, dear friends. Once more. Erin Phillips in the ruck. You love to see it. Oh, handball comes out. Right. Hey, I see. Look, once the ball's not on the ground, we're all right. Good kick. Go on. He's paid the mark as well. Rate it. She has been very good, Paige. I agree with you, Pete. Oh. Oh, dear. Good kick. Come on, there's three of you there. That's it. Come on, Nick. Skirt into the 50. Come on, Das. You got this. That's it. Come on. And a behind. Tell you what, that is how Carlton are going to have a chance in this game. The old counter punch. The old counter punch. Below the siren, says Pete. The old counter punch. Do you know what I mean? The old boxing, Floyd Mayweather type stuff. What's going on here? There you are. The old counter punch. Cam got behind. Good little bit of passage of play that. There was a few little loose kicks, but they made it work. This corridor, honestly, it's so easy. It's too easy. Oh, hey! There we are. The old nudge in the back. Oh, looky. Good kick. Come on, Mimi. Tell you what, so far, we're only, 3 minutes in. Ball movement from down the back has been better. It's been better. Oh, I hate that kick. That's it. This is it. Nice. This looks short, sharp. A lot of time for it. A lot of time for it. We like a short, sharp bit round here. That's a good kick, that. Oof. Oh, that's it. Handballs. You love to see it. Go on, memes. Oh, Mimi. Tell you what, a bit of pressure here. Like, why have we got 4 goals just jogging in the corridor? That's it. Come on. Come on, Grace. Oh. That's yours. There's 2 of you there. Nice and easy. Oh, no. Oh, what was that? Come on, girls. Bit of composure here. And it's all just a little bit of history repeating. Tell you what, if this is Mart, oh my fuck shit gravy. I wonder how many goals we've conceded this season from a mark inside 50 that has gone straight across the face of our goal to another mark. I reckon there'd be at least 10. Well, if you miss this, you really shouldn't play football at any level. And there we are. Goal from Adelaide. Switched off, really. There was panic stations. That back pocket should be called the corridor of uncertainty for Carlton's girls. If you get the ball in our back pocket, boom, panic alarms. He's got to go. Time to go. That is a worry, though, to me, because that is structure. I'm a firm believer in my time in the round ball, right? Good tactics give the defence a little bit of calm and composure, a little bit of calmness. You feel okay with your structure. You trust it. So when you are under the cosh, you back your system in. If I was a forward in this team, I'd be like, I've got to kick 8. Good muted celebration as well, rated from Adelaide. But it was always going to go there as well. I mean, like that mark, she set up to play it across the face. No one was ready. It's going to be interesting to see how we respond. That's it, at least. Just get stuck in, me love. Right, come on. Come on, put a bit of pressure on her. That's it. She don't want it. She don't want it. And there we are. She was late. For me, I'd play her in a tagging role. Adelaide getting a little bit of time on the ball, which is a little bit of a concern for me. We don't want them to have a bit of time. That is a simple kick as well. Simple kick between 2 players. This is the decision-making levels we're talking about. Like this. It is, Mo, honestly. It's like Sunday morning at Marvin Gaye's house. It's like Sunday morning. Was it Marvin Gaye's song, Easy Like Sunday Morning? I don't think it was. I might have just ruined my own joke there. Oh, my gosh. Oh, unlucky. Tell you what there. Again, another concentration lapse. The ball bounces. And boom. She's had a tough year as though there. I'd play her in that Kerno, just stop her role. I think just get her to be a bit physical. That's Pom's shout. Good kick out of D there. The next one here, this is the one that kills us. And there we are. Right on time. There's a free there. Tell you what, we've just been talking about Elisa Dyer. What was that? Look at this, though. The movement ahead of the ball. It does my head in. Why is every side in this comp have people running towards the ball carrier and we don't? Tell you what, if this is marked, I don't even think I can contain it. Please. Oh, there we are. Commodores. That was it. Thank you. It was Lionel, wasn't it? Thanks, Mo. Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye to the Commodores. Jesus, Lionel Richie to Marvin Gaye. What's Pom doing? There you are. Pom's knowledge of Motown. That good. Oh, come on. It's so easy. We're talking about Marvin Gaye 5 minutes in. If you ask, what's the game been like? Pom's talking about Marvin Gaye. Oh, come on. It's so scrappy there. You've got time here. Got time. Oh, my good Bennett. Anyone? Good kick. We're out here. That's it. Come on. Come on, Coates. Oh, Coates. Tell you what, if you ever summed up watch-alongs in a sentence, Eric has nailed it. Pom, what do you do on your weekends? Oh, I just watch people kick it long and breaking up chains. What was, honestly, that hurts. That does. Courtney, that's a bit of an experience there. You're almost done, Mo. Hey, only 3 more quarters, probs. Yeah. It did look in the back, but, I mean, you get what you deserve, don't you? And you kind of deserve that. There's a free here. Right, come on, we need a goal here, because I reckon a goal here would kick the sails out of Adelaide, because they would be thinking, how's this happened? Oh, like, how are we not playing in front? Like, how are we defensive in the forward line? Like, the forwards and the backs need to switch positions. Oh, come on, you've got a bit of time here. Pick the thing up. Oh, my good Lord. Dodgy free. We take it. Right, come on. This has got to hit hands. Great marking practice. Good marking practice. What do you want to see? You see to that, I'd like a little bit of composure. You see, she's got the outside runner there. Just handball it off. Get a bit closer. It's so predictable. Effort levels are there, Pete. I'll give you that. Skill levels aren't. Oh, my good Lord. They're out here. If this gets to Erin Phillips, it's game over. It's a great kick. Deal with it, Kaz. Get your hands free. Take that. It's what I think about all the time, Eric. It gets me through a lot of life situations. Charlie Kerner, round 1. You ever seen a backhanded spoil? That was solid, that. We need to attack the ball a little bit better. Like, when you're playing small, like Pete keeps saying, it doesn't make sense, does it, to kick high? Like, just explain that to me. Erin Phillips has had a shocker so far. I've never seen him miss so many from in front. But it doesn't make sense, does it? Like, play to your personnel. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I had 5'4" forwards in a game of Rambo, I'm not playing a long, direct game, am I? Keeping the ball on the deck. You see, like, Elise running to help. That shows the lack of confidence there. That shows the lack of confidence in the side. She was running towards that ball. and not giving herself space and calls that kick. Chaos here. Come on. There's an overlap here. There's an overlap. Oh, why would you bunt it high? Where's the big Gregor Owen in this? Well done, Hobbs. Been happening all day. If this goes in, tell you what, Adelaide will feel stiff, and that's good. You got this, Cots, me love. You got it. Got this in you. Bit of a stiff free, we'll be honest, but a needed free. Come on! How was that short? Scratch the come on. There's like 5 of us there. Right, this is yours, this broke. Good mark. Good mark. What I don't understand, if someone could explain this to me, but how are we in front of a marking contest all the time defending 50 and just can't grab it? Interesting that, Nath. It's the second time I've had that complaint. I had it in. Someone went to go and see their warm up as well last week. It said the same, Nath. Adelaide look a different level, skill level. Yeah, you see that. I mean, it's not so much skill level though. Look at their kicks. Their kicks are smart. They're to the advantage of the player you're kicking to. Ours are like a 50-50 combination. Like, what is going on there? Like, you've got to give yourself a chance. Like, to use an analogy in round ball, right? I was never quick even when I was a lot fitter, right? And I was a tall forward, tall, gangly centre forward. If you're kicking it as if you're passing it as a through ball and getting me to run to it, I'm fucked. So I wanted the ball in with loft. Nice, and I liked a floaty one as well because I could generate the net. Because Grace Egan, she dunks a woman. This is it. Oh my gosh. How much time do we think we have? Get out of each other's way, would yous? Good mark there. That's a good kick. That's a good kick. Bit of time here. Well done. Tell you what, Courtney Jones, I've got a lot of time for her. A lot of time for her. She makes some good leads. What's going on here? Oh, just give them time to reset them. Say, you do that, mate. Hey, you look after your sen. You've got this, Courts. I believe. Yeah, Pete, I've got a line time for taking the game on, but you've got to. It's almost like people with the ball are on a different plane to the people without the ball. No, look at that. 5 people in the goal square, and we were just hung on the line. Quarter time goes 8-2. What was that? What was that though? Like, that was like, put a bit of pressure on. Like, I know the siren had gone, but you've got 5 people there. Maybe Shepherd and it goes for a behind. Suddenly that point becomes a goal. You're 1 ahead. Maths, quick math. Well, I mean, the intensity's there. The issues I've got with that are just still the decisions with the ball are woeful. Like, we're not giving ourselves a chance. Like, take away the intensity and the effort, which for me, I'm never going to praise anyone for intensity. Do you know what I mean? Never going to praise someone for effort and intensity. If you're being paid for something, you should be effort and intense in everything you do. But them decision making is bants. Is bants. Like, we're happy with an 8-2 quarter, but it could be better. Could be better. Like, you could have been leading that quarter. Surprise the Crows ain't 4 goals in front. It'll come. It'll come. Govey's here doing promotional stuff. He's looking lean. Big Mitch. I've got to say, I did notice that. He did look good. I'll tell you who else looked good at training. Mr. Zach Williams looked a bit fit and all. Bit fit. He looked a bit cut, bit lean. Yeah, but I mean, like, Adelaide are another level and they've got another gear to go. But for me, what I want to see is I want to see the simple stuff done well, and they're not doing the simple stuff well. And that's my issue. Like, some of them kicks, that loopy kick when you're 1 out is begging for someone to go to hospital. But they've got to keep fronting up. They've got to keep fronting up. For me, I want to see a bit more change. Like Pete mentioned it when Egan took the game on. I want to see people take the game on. Get a bit of run and carry going. We're small. Small equals run and carry. If Einstein was there, he'd say the same. Good old Einstein. At least we've learned something today. Pom thinks Marvin Gaye is Lionel Richie. That's good. It's 8-2. We're not doing bad. Like 8-2 with no ruck. Pretty good. But I'm just alarmed at the simple errors. The simple errors. And it's all things that could be easily rectified in a conversation. Like leading patterns, running ahead of the ball. All them things can be rectified in a conversation. That's not hard to change. Got to say, as beautiful as Australia is, its ad game is horrendous. I'm with you, Ollie, mate. I'm with you, Mo. I think basics. That was the one takeout I got from Michael Voss. He seemed to be very on the basics, and I like that. I like that. But you're right. It litters us, and it's just simple stuff. Like for me, moving ahead of the ball, giving opportunities. Like when people kick it long, if you actually go back and watch, like last game, I went and watched a bit more. I rewound it and watched it again in my own leisure. And you look at the long kicks, they're caused by people ahead of the ball. And you watch Adelaide, they're moving towards the ball carrier, giving that short option, giving yourself that outlet, players running for each other, giving you the short option. We don't have that. And I don't understand when you're small, why you don't. But I can't comment about wanting every free kick because, Mo, I'm the world's worst. I like if I umpired a game, it'd be 88 frees to count and 1 to the opposition. I love seeing the body language of group talks. Look, Adelaide there, look, looking in the eyes of the coach. I like it. Engaged. This here needed a bit of communication, I felt. I don't know if Lottie there, Charlotte Wilson, is talking. Good rundown tackle, though. Good defence. Never give up. Mimi Hill, though, massive impact. Massive impact. How many girls are getting a game in AFLW and Mickey Mouse for Carlton? I think this is probably the best team that's out there, to be fair. Like, for us, I think just with situations, I think you couldn't get any better. He hasn't got a Scooby, mate. I tell you, half Scoobyvilles. Mimi and Grace have been brilliant. No, I feel you. I feel you. Well, I mean, we need a bit. I mean, the effort and intensity is there, which I can't believe 2022 we're chatting about effort and intensity as a non-requirement. But for me, it's basics. It's basic stuff. Tell you what, number 39 could do with seeing a bit of sun. She must be half pom. I feel her. That's me when I take my shirt off. Big second half, though. I mean, if we'd scored a goal, one of them goals, which 2 simple goals, really, it would be 8-0. Right, come on, girls. Big second. Big second. If they can just tidy that disposal up, they'll be fine. I fear we haven't seen the best of Adelaide, though, at the moment. There'd be a great argument with the ruck to do what Jesus did and not actually compete the ruck and just be the extra. I would have probably gone with that because I think that's where Adelaide's strength is, running through the corridor. We'll see. Erin's milked that free. Absolute milked it. I rate it as well. No one knows where the ball is. Neither does the cameraman. Take the stoppage. Come on, umpire. These are my 2 concerns, and I think in training it's something that they do need to work on. Loose ball in defence, 1, and also transitioning. Well, that should be a whole week's work. I mean, you could argue that's high umps. Like, she's literally got her hand on her head. Right. Like, there should be movers in the corridor here. That was the most obvious throw you'll see in 2022. That's too easy. Look, between 2 people. And there it is. And there it is. Movement. Movement. Like, we transition that ball and there should be 4 runners in the corridor. Why are they hanging back? Stiff. You see them not given. You do see them given. She was being held. Erin's really good, though, at selling it. Selling it. She sells it beautifully. She does. If you watch Erin, look, she sells it brilliantly because she's not asking for it, but her body language is. I rate it. I rate it. I'm a big advocate of the dive. Erin's having a bit of a poor kicking day, isn't she? 9-2. Not bad. So this is where we really have got to look. Go back inside. Go back inside. That's the safe kick. That's the safe kick. Right. Someone should be running to that back pocket. Sprint to that back pocket. What's going on? You see, Carlton there, we set up to think our way out of it, and then that kick comes in. Like, that kick's a nothing kick. That kick's a nothing kick. Like, it was it short? Was it long? I don't know. They don't know. Oh. Suicide handball, that. We are not enjoying the handball, I've got to say. Nick Del Santo, coach tactician. Be interesting to see. He's got some good ideas, but it's got like umpire. Are we blowing for a stoppage? Like, what is going on? Right, you got a bit of time here. You're behind the ball. That's a good kick. That's a very good kick. Well done. You see, that idea there is what needs to happen more. The quick handball inside and get a bit of injection into play. But you've got to time it, man. You've got to time it. Like, that was the worst time to do that handball. Absolute worst time. It's the right idea when you've got a bit of space to add it. But, like, why? Why? That is an horrendous kick. We've got away. Got away with murder there. Well, that kid behind the goal's fuming. Oh. Right. So here, I'm looking ahead of the ball, and there's look. Like, what's going on? Like, someone needs to be sprinting into space. Absolute no options. No options there. Like, that there structurally was a disaster. People just stood. What's going on with these camera angles, AFL? Good tackle. Well done, Brooke. Come on, Georgia. See, that little close quarter handball opens it up. Just a loopy kick to nothing. And let's see what Adelaide do. Look, here. Right, so they found some space. Good running. Gives options. Horrible handball. But look, there's so many runners. Like, there's so many runners. You can fuck up and be fine because there's players running together, running forward, the direction of the goals. We are no good. They don't earn very much. I think they're the lowest paid sports females in Australia. I was going to say in UK. In Australia. Right, so we've got ourselves here with it. Like, why would you loop the kick to Maddie? That's the right kick, though. I rate it. So here we are. Bit of movement ahead of the ball. Look. See, for me, that kick needed to go to Elise O'Day, centre-half forward. Like, I think that's a safe kick. That's a panic kick. I think Erin Phillips will play a lot for a long time. She's super fit. Not too sure. Not too sure, Eric. But I mean, for me, that Elise O'Day was centre half forward. That's where the ball wants to go because there was space to her left as well. You've got to think one kick ahead. We think it's a little bit like when you play pool. Now, I'm an old man. When I play young guys down at the pool hall, I always tell them it's a life lesson. Good kicking board. We'll leave that analogy for this. Huh, fuck me. I always say it's a little bit like a life lesson, right? A good pool player plays pool like life. They're thinking about the black ball from the break. Kids, young guys, just play ball by ball. And invariably, you will think your way out of it from a black if you have a plan. This is what the girls do. That they are thinking next kick to kick. They're not thinking about, right, if I kick here, where am I kicking next? Good kick. See, look, runners, people running ahead, anticipating the turnover. It's a horrible kick. Should be dealt with. There's two of you there. Come on, Kaz. That's clever. Very clever from Erin. Yeah, she got hit in the face there, Egan. I don't know if she's all right. Oh, clever by Erin, this, though. That's footy smarts, though. 6 behind. Oh, my gosh. Like, what the hell is that? You see there, Grace Egan had spent that before she'd earned it. Already, she was thinking about getting rid of that ball. That is a worrying sign to me in any sport. Good goal. Oh. Tell you what, 1-7-13 plays 2. It's It's tough viewing that. Because the kick again from D50 got us into trouble. But that is a worrying sign in all sports. If a player gets the ball when they're passing it before giving it up, before they've even got possession of the ball, that's panic stations. Like, we're playing a spare in defence. Just remember that. Oh. Crows are butchering this. I mean, 1-7. This could be a cricket score. Girls have got to get composed. Who's injured? I've got it on mute, so if someone can tell that. I'd like to see, you know what? Controversial call. I wouldn't mind playing Vesio off the halfback when it's like this and getting a really in it, as evidently they've got a free kick for some inane reason. Was it in the back? And there it is, 19-2. Probably fair. Could be even higher. But these are my questions. These are my real questions that I'm just seeing from a structural point of view. Like, there's girls panicking before they've got the ball. And it's simple things. It's simple things. Like, we're not talking high level here. Like, sometimes when we debrief the football, we talk about high level things that are a couple of weeks learning. But running patterns and stuff are training. Your positioning transition is training. It's basic training. It's basics. Like, I see my son at Auskick learning that. His position on and off the ball. Right, come on, girls. Tell you what, I fear if Adelaide score again, it could be good nat, as our German cousins say. Got a lot multicultural, you know, Pomaz. Had a bit of French last week, a bit of German this week. Tell you, doing my bit. Doing my bit. Fully inclusive, these Pom lives. Right, you've got the ball here, so you've got to do something with it. Tell you what, KO is having a nightmare at the moment. Come on, Nick. Good handball. We don't like kicking to hands, do we? We don't like kicking to hands. Like, you see that kick there inside 50? Why is it a loopy, soft one when she's out on her own? Like, you need to drill that into her, because worst case scenario, she can tap it in front of her and she's turned and she's facing goal with no one there. Like, why make her stop? Like, that is something that you get from soccer. Do you know what I mean? Don't make you forward. Stop. Oh, behind that. But that's something that I remember my coach blowing. If you had to get me to stop, you got told off. 19-3. Coming up to half time. Basically, what's let the girls down is the fundamentals. That's it, Mimi. Well done. Attack the ball. Oh. The framing is up. The framing is up. It's looking all right, isn't it? The girls do look... When the ball hits the deck, particularly, you can see there's no confidence. Which surprises me, because a lot of these girls are good on the deck. Come on, Mimi. Good intent. You see, the simple fact is, when Carlton kick it long, is the girls can't mark. And I don't get why you'd have that game plan. Good hustle. Right, here we are. This is simple. This is rudimentary stuff. Oh, unlucky. You tried. Come on. Well done. Good follow-up. Stoppage. there's a massive inability as well for us to get both side of our opposite number, which they're always playing on the back foot. I love Grace. I'm with you. I love Grace. Mimi Hill, though. Mimi and Elise O'Day are my two faves. But she's very, very casual. What's Mimi doing there? She got lost the ball. So a minute to go, 19-3. Probably favours us as they've got probably one more chance. Right? Totally lost. Totally lost. Put themselves under pressure there. Good kick. Why can't we get both side? Why can't we get both side? Right, chance here. That's it. Oh, you haven't got time. You've got to communicate. Words. All right, chill out. What he's got? Who is legit? Who is in charge of the camera angles for AFLW? Absolute bants they are. Like, I've actually just seen them replay and rewind. It was like watching me nan with a VHS when I was a kid. We are halftime siren goes. Adelaide 2-7-19 plays 0-3. Tactically, it is. Eric probably hits it in. It does feel like the girls are just on the park. I don't understand why we can't get in front. It's one of my things that I just don't get it. I don't get. I don't get it. I'm with you here, Lachlan. Like, it's never been an issue marking, right, for Carlton girls last year. But if you watch, feels like, I think what it is, and this is my theory, Harford had a plan when we were here 5 years ago where, let's be honest, few and far between basic skills. It was few and far between any basic skills. Now, most of the girls in the AFLW have got to a level where they can kick, they can mark, they can do the basics because as natural things happen, progression. We've just stagnated. So now girls do have leading patterns. Girls do have the great understanding, coaching and structurally on how to do it. They've played together. Wow. It's really easy to break down. It's really easy to break down. Bonafide, I agree. For me, she's done okay, but you can see she's getting rid of the ball as soon as contact comes. Clear sign that you're hurting. And I've never broke my ribs, but I have torn my intercostal muscles in my ribs. And I can tell you, anyone going near me scared the shit out of me. So heroic that she's out there. You're right, Sebastian, and you've surmised it really well. And what you're seeing here isn't a level in class. It's a level in understanding. It's a level in understanding. And I remember the great Brian Clough said, tactics don't win you a game, but they can lose you it. Right? And he's spot on there. I mean, you can just see it's real basic stuff. Like, watch every time the ball is in the air, we're just never in front of the ball. Like, you can't win a marking contest when you're coming from behind it. And it's a bizarre thing. Ian nails it here. Composure, they have a game plan. Anyway, I'm done. Well, great for you to come in and join us, Ian. I'm sorry we can't make it a bit more exciting. We have a bit of fun here, though. Hey, I mean, when will tickets be on sale for round one? I'd imagine mid-Feb. Riley! The star dog! Riley's in chat. Jesus, we are so bad. We've just been analysing it. It's the basics, and I think that's what hurts more. You know, when you watch Carlton men, sometimes it's just because the shit. These are basics you're talking about that have just fallen off the board, and it's bringing pressure on. And the worst thing you can have in a side, legit, worst thing you can have in a side in any sport is a good defence. right? Because it masks a lot of your problems because you don't get thumped. And we dine out on the fact we've got Kez at times. It stops. It stops some of these thumpings. It's been like this for 2 years, though. It's just now the fact you're starting to see it a little bit more because they're losing talented players that can bail you out. Taylor Harris bailed us out a lot because of her presence. She was good at kicking it on the head of someone and making something happen. You're starting to really see the fabric of the lies open up. And if Carlton don't change it, legit, if we don't change it in the next, well, I mean, I'd say, to be honest, you've got to do it quickly. You've got to do it quickly to change it. And if you don't do it quickly, it's just going to stagnate and get progressively worse. And when it gets progressively worse, game over. But at the moment, you're looking at it and you're thinking, just on a platonic level, you're looking at our team and you're thinking, right, it's small. So if it's small, you're going to have to play quicker, lower. Do you know what I mean? A bit more handball, the basics. But Riley has basically summed up this stream and my rants in a sentence. Can't hit a target, can't or won't apply pressure, no structure ahead of the ball. Midfield, spot on. Spot on. That's what we're saying. And it's basics, though. It's the movement. Like, that is so simple that you don't have to have much AFL nous to do. Someone needs to come in and strip this back. Strip this back. You know, real strip it back to basics. Get them enjoying the footy. For me, I think the only way moving forward you can fix this is get rid of half of this week. Bring in someone like Cade Simpson. Get them just doing the basics again. You know, real easy. Real easy and do that. But, I mean, for me, I'd be looking at, I think the girl to bring in is Peter Searle. I think she would be brilliant for this and really redefine how we're playing, get a structure, get them enjoying it. I worry Maddie won't be here next year. I worry. And I think that will really open some doors for us. And that is a concern. But I just think you've got to play to your personnel. And I'd love to have 20 minutes with Carlton's AFLW department. And I have so many questions. But one of the big questions is, why did you allow the Hoskin twins to go, Moody to go, Downey to go? Why did you allow Taylor to go with no clear change in game plan or structure or any clear replacements? Is my questions. Like, why have you not changed it? Because if you're letting them girls go through it and leave, you've got two options. You've either got replacements, correct, or you're going to change it up and change your structure. You saw Fremantle do that when they got Longmire in. They changed it. They changed it up. They let some players go. They've changed the game plan. You have a good understanding of what they're trying to do. You look at teams in this competition. You look at what Richmond girls are trying to do. They've tried to build a brand. They're trying to build a brand. They've acquired personnel to do it, and it looks good for me. It looks good. And that's it. That's it for me. It's simple things. You've just got to bring it back. So, like, to me, when you're looking at this girls' team, kicking high, slow kicks as well, with a team that is traditionally smaller than the average AFL team, with limited skills in the air, is mind-blowing. It's like literally mind-blowing. If you're Essendon now, like Michael says here, you're giving Maddie a blank check to get her in. And in some ways, Carlton AFLW team, the way the list is, they may be in a situation where they have to let her go to acquire the tools to fix this. Because for me, there's two avenues of thought. 3 years of mediocrity with this list. Will Maddie stick around? or you attack and be very aggressive in the trade period. Very aggressive. And I would be looking, I think we definitely need a target. So you might have to go mercenary Sabrina Fredericks. When does Sayers pull the pin on Hartford? Last week? 2 weeks ago? Exactly. So, and this is it. It's critical thinking. I think, you know what, the best training session for these girls, and I'd love to do it if the club did it, is go back through the games, pause it at the point of the kick, and ask why you did that. I think that would be a great exercise. Like that kick Maddie did where there was 2 players on the outside, she kicked back inboard to a 3-on-1. And I would say, why did you do that? Talk us through your thought process, because I reckon you'd learn a hell of a lot from them when they're explaining why. When they're explaining why they did that. It's a great, I use it at work with some of the calls. I'll pause the calls and say, why did you say that? You explain to me your thought process now so I can debrief it and maybe change it a little bit. Because it's all right telling someone what to do. It's a lot easier to fix something if you know why they do it. If you know why. If you can understand them. I think money is a big issue. I'd love to know what the AFL plans are. Hartford is T 2.0, 3.0. 3.0. For me, I think you've got to look at you've really got to strip this back. I think, Pete, I think, Pete, that's my issue, though. I think she's a competitive beast. And I think, why not become a franchise star? For me, if I was in her position, we're in a rebuild. Am I going to stay at the same place and do the rebuild, or go to a place where traditionally in the AFLW, franchise teams, because of the help they get to the level they need to because it's a three-thinking thing. At the moment, Carlton's AFLW is the same as the men's. They're living off 1995, the men, and thinking they can recreate some tactic that worked there. When the truth be told, you couldn't play there. You speak to some of the kit guys from 95, they'll tell you the game has moved on. It's evolved massively. You can't do that structure. 5 years ago in AFLW was like 20 years in real terms. Games moved on. This doesn't work. And equality has nailed it here. This is the problem. I bet if I asked the AFLW football department, it would be, I don't know. Oh, we didn't. I reckon the worst answer would be this. Oh, well, we thought it would pan out a bit different. That's my problem. That is the worst excuse in the world if people make a decision and say they had it going somewhere else. Because if you fail to see all eventualities, you haven't prepared properly. Every plan should have a worst case scenario. Do you know what I mean? As the song goes, you can't look past the worst case scenario. Got a bit of a sing song today. I like it. It's funny. It's about the mind of the player because the coach can change the player's mindset. Spot on. Like, honestly, if you work in development fields, you saying, oh, it's because people are like that is so wrong. You can change it. And you can change it through 3 avenues, right? One with motivation factors, dangling the carrot, seeing the worst reason why people don't change, right? And I use this analogy a couple of months back at work. People in January say, I'm going to get fit. By February, they're back eating McDonald's, fucking about. It's because it takes ages for the results, doesn't it? They go to the gym 3 times a week and they don't look any thinner. They don't feel any fitter. They just feel tired. And it's about changing the psychology of what they're looking for. They're looking for weight. They're looking for just the dress fit. Does my pants fit? Can I fit into them jeans? Can I take my shirt off with my wife at the park? That's what they're looking for. Instead, they need to look at other avenues for that self-gratification. At the moment here, it's banter. It's banter, and they don't look motivated. And I can't imagine they're enjoying playing like this. And that's what worries me. I think when Kez is the only one who apologises to the cheer squad, that says to me, you could say that's 20 girls out on the field that don't care. I think that's 20 girls on the field who probably didn't expect any different. So ergo, why do you expect anything different? which says to me there's something wrong with them in the coaching department and the motivation. I think it's a big worry for me. Mind-blowing to me that the women weren't included in the review, and we know that they aren't. And mental to me, mental for a lot of avenues, but more mental in the fact that last year wasn't pretty good, and you could see it. And I think the biggest worry for me in life is when you see someone nearly do it and then their next attempt is even worse. I always think that's the biggest warning sign, psyche-wise and system-wise, in anything. If someone nearly gets to the level required and then they take a massive fall and then they continue to fail after it. Because if you've nearly done it, you know the ingredients. So that 2020, when we got to finals, they knew what it would take. So therefore, you're adapting on that. You're adapting on that. You're saying, this is the minimum expectations. Let's glisten. And they didn't. They went into a period of letting stars go, which, without a game plan change, mental. It's about the mind of the player because the coach can change. Exactly. You are spot on. Spot on. And Hartford should be motivating these. And there's little things that I don't understand. Like the first 3 games, Brazali and O'Day were probably our worst. The fact they didn't get dropped and we dropped just random, like Maddie Gearing. She had some intensity for 3 quarters. You've got to set them standards, them levels of ownership. My other questions I've got are the club posting they have like a graduation ceremony from coming out of injury. For me, if it doesn't serve a purpose to your success, it needs jettisoning. Now, you're telling me them getting dressed up in a uni graduation thing is serving any purpose that you couldn't replace without doing the theatrics of. Like, you could word that a better thing that we've got Mimi Hill back in training. Mimi Hill's back. Big X Factor player. Right? It's little things like that. Little messaging. And then I look and I think, well, how can I expect them to do the basics on the field when off the field the basics aren't being done? Like, we look at the Geelong game. They celebrated like they'd won a granny. It was Geelong. Little bit worrying for me. How does the economics of the AFLW work? Well, I mean, at the moment, it's making money to an extent, but probably not the level they need to. But that's another conversation. For me, I think there's way too many teams. I think they've tried to make this something it's not too soon. I think it waters down the product. I think if you had 6 teams, the product would be high level, which ergo would probably attract more people into it. But long conversation. Too much fucking about. Exactly. It's winning matches. You see, I don't mind the social stuff. I don't mind it. But first and foremost, your priority has to be winning games, because the brand, the C, that allows you to talk about all these life-changing events is popular because we won games. Oh my gosh. When we're in front of the ball, overhead, it's dire. Oh my gosh. Right, you got a bit. That's it, Mimi. Take it on. It needs some energy sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Do you feel me? It needs some energy. Oh my gosh. You're not that fast, Colts, my love. It is a very nice jersey as well, Greg. Very nice. I thought Kira nailed it last week, right? IKON Park, all of its heritage and history was done by our forefathers, your Cooters, your Diesels. And now it's in the girls' hands. That's a huge responsibility. Huge responsibility. I want to see a bit of onus on that. And I wonder if it's talked about. Spawn, Toby. And I think that's taught. That's taught. I see it. You'll see it in fields of work. No one ever gives 100%. Don't ever believe they give 100%. It's a lie. People always give what they consider 100%. 100% is different, though. Well done. Good kick. That's a mark. Come on, Das. Now, there needs to be sprinting ahead of the ball there. Yes, well done. Jay, come on. Right, now, let's say if we get some energy levels here. But look at the way they're celebrating, man. You're 9-19 down. Big goal. Big goal. Yeah, and Eric's point, I used to give 110% of work. Spot on, you did. And it's all about your environment gets that. Your environment can get the extras out. And that is all from, that's a coaching thing. It takes time. I tell my staff at work, I am lazy. Naturally, I am a make do type of guy. I have to train myself to want more because I can get comfortable quite quickly in my surroundings. So I have to train myself, and that's coaching. And it's important, I think, that we look at this because now the girl should be thinking 99, it deserves to be 59. Let's get something out of this. Like Lewis says, let's build on it. That's sad, that, Eric, man. Like, breaks my heart. I like to keep people motivated. I feel like I've got a good personality for motivation. But that's the mark-ons. I'd love them to look inbound. There you are. That's it. Come on, Brooke. You've got away with that. Come on. Oh, I'll tell you what, if that goal. See, look, using the corridor, though. Changing your tempo. Fast to slow, slow to fast. I like it. At the moment, good signs in the first 2 minutes. Can they keep it up? See, look at this there. Look, Adelaide actively trying. Look. Players are running there without anyone being picked up on. Hey there, Tom. How you doing, my friend? Oh. Tell you what. Don't want to see Grace do that. Arthur's got his hands up. All right, come on, Grace. She hasn't got the ball ups. Thank you. Tell you what, this kick a go here. Careful. There's 3 of you, so she shouldn't be able to get this out. Oh. I felt that. Come on, that's it. Hold on to her. You've got time here. You've got time here. You've got time here. Look, Grace is wide open. We're going to see a lot here because when you switch it, you have to do something with it. That's a great kick. Look back inside. Look back inside. I thought it was 50 as well, Mo, but what's going on here? That's smart. Pointless free kick. It's a pointless free kick, that. It's petulance. There was no need. Your watch along win percentage like QPR in the Premier League. Just need Harry Redknapp here to help me out. Need Nico Kranjčar in. It probably doesn't help that the watch alongs are Carlton, innit? Maybe you should start doing more neutral watch alongs. Good tackle. Bit of momentum here. Now, the worst thing that can happen here is Adelaide kick a goal, which you can kind of smell, can't you? To make finals, I'd say minimum of 13. I feel like it's going to be tight this year, especially with COVID. I think that's going to affect a lot of teams. Right, we've got a stoppage here. That come off our boot? Oh, for fuck's sake. Some of these... Yeah, Richie, I could see Sam Walsh going into coaching if he wants to. I think Nicola Stevens, her intensity and effort, unrecognisable. Like, she really does kill it. You got to be at the fall of the ball when the ball goes loose in the contest. Oh my gosh. Look at this there, that quick handball inside. It just opens stuff up. It's such a beautiful thing. Adelaide behind. It's honest, I can't tell you how much I love that. The mark, handball back inside, get a bit of run. Get a bit of run. It's all right going slow here, but you've got to look for that. We need a bit of tempo here. This is where you need a bit of tempo injected. Like, why put yourself under so much pressure? Like, look ahead of her there. Now, she'll get blamed for that, right? But there was nothing happening in front of her. Do you know what I mean? There was nothing happening in front of her. So, mental. That is so easy. It's not 15, though. Gaza, you feel that, don't you? You do feel like even if they got within a goal. You just feel like Adelaide, breaking lines is massive. It's why I think it's so important. I want to see a few more. I think it's so. I think the running handball game is the most. You can see as well because we're stuck with clowns who were in the AFL world in the 90s, archaic football, and they hate it. But run and carry now is what it's all about. All about. So easy. It's so easy. There's going to be another kick inside 50 to another kick inside 50. You hate to see it. It kills Pom. It kills Pom. I can't tell you how much that actually psychologically does me. All caused as well by the lack of movement when Gab Pound had the ball in D50. Like, she'll get blamed for that, but what other option did she have? And there's the goal. And somehow less of a celebration at 26-9 than we did when we kicked our goal. Who knew? We had seen Eddie Betts in a Carlton Guernsey. Tubby. How good was Mark Taylor? He was a good cricketer. Good, solid cricketer. Tell you what, that's a heck of an ad for Coles. Isn't it? Shit, the bad Coles have... The Coles have put a bit of freaking money into that, haven't they? No wonder it costs so much for a fucking pint of milk. Sad state of affairs. Oh, bonafide. That... Lewis, this is a great comment. If you watch my men watch-alongs, I complain about it. Make teams work for it. Make teams work for it. It's not so bad losing if you work for it. I was going to say all that hoarding. Oh, here we are. It's just not smart play. Like, you see that there as well. That's another thing the girls do. We get the ball and they panic run forward. They don't think, I might have to stay with me mate here to give them some options. They're blistering forward 50. It reminds me of when I used to coach under-7 soccer. That's what they do. They all wanted to score goals, so trying to get them to be defensive was a nightmare because they're all like, oh, my mum's here and I want to score. That is a great kick. It's to nothing, but rate the enthusiasm. Here we are. That's in the back, surely, umps. Got a bit of time here. There's 3 of you. Did that handball just hit the umpire? I wouldn't have a clue, Richie. It's dealing, not my faulty. Might as well hurt them if they're going to give a free. Mate, I'm with you. See, that pass there got Grace Egan into a world of trouble. Much love, Lachlan. You're a legend in my book. We try and make it entertaining. We try and learn something. Just quietly, that Adelaide Guernsey is lit. I do like that. I'm a fan. Don't know why we don't have a respects Guernsey. You know what I mean? I'd like a respects Guernsey. We talked about that at the start of the show. I'm not going to stop until I get an orange Guernsey. Good kick. Right. Now, you see, to me there, that was a mindless kick. Paige Trudgeon was in acres of space. Get it to hands. If you want to take pressure off, you got to hit targets. Like, this kicking in front of people is just asking for trouble. Come on, Brooke. She hasn't got it, umps. That's a good kick. Come on, Connie. That's it. Wrap her up. Get the stoppage. Good go. Good go. Gozza, I feel ya. Well, I'd say your highest tradable equities are probably what? Prosparkis, Kez. Come on, Grace. Too soft in that. O'Day! Mate, we love a little bit of Del Boy. Stevens is so good. She's gone, well, I hate these high kicks. I'm with you. I'd love someone to hit a target flat just for once. Like, there's so many Carlton girls there. Just not one can get their hands on the ball. Like, that's probably the only acceptable time in a game of football I will allow just a punt forward. I will allow it there when you're in a contest. Look at this as well. Always players ahead of the ball. No one nearer. A lot of work to do here, girls. Well done. Evening, Rodders. I haven't watched. You know what, actually, Greg? I don't know if you ever watched this, but Nicholas Lyndhurst is in a really good TV show. Going way back, though. Good Night, Sweetheart. I've got my wife into that. It's one of my favourite shows. Froth it. Should do a Good Night, Sweetheart watch along. Erin Phillips there. Look at the intensity of her. $350, mate. I think anyone who spends money on drugs is balmy, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? The price of shit nowadays. Just can't believe people have disposable incomes. It's Pom's thoughts of the day. Disposable incomes. Come on, Lucy. That's it, me darling. Straight to nothing. It's too easy. Look, you see, that is what kills me. Adelaide set up as if they're going to turn the football over. We don't. Oh, SG, good night, sweetheart. Mate, I'm all about it. Great show, bruv. Got away with one there. 15 seconds left of the first quarter. Bateson. I mean, one, it's anticipation the ball's coming back their way. Yeah. 2, structure. 3, bit of confidence. Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, I love Only Fools and Horses. Good kick. That should see us third quarter over then. 27-9 Adelaide. Probably flattering the Blues, but the Blues did have chances in this game where they could have been ahead. Over 10 years, Richie. Long time, mate. Long time since it. There you are. There's me. Question mark. About 10 of my pals have got this after I got out of rehab. They all got this. So that's probably a big part of why I am today. Always ask questions. It's on my body. Thanks for the question. 4 shots on goal against 12 says it. Oh, equality. It's been so easy. So easy. And that's the problem. Like, the effort's not there at times in the terms of defensive effort. It's basics, though. Like, do you know what I mean? It's basics. Like, for me, I just feel like you could fix this in a couple of sessions. And I think one of it is bringing back the happiness, bringing back a bit of enjoyment in your work, a bit of pride in your work. I think they focus on the wrong things in training. I want to see a bit of pride here. A bit of pride. The legend that is Adam Gold 2.0. Half it is. I feel you, Adam, mate. Great show. Open All Hours. Yeah, I actually watched. They've got the Open All Hours run. They did like the second one where David Jason's running it. It's actually pretty good. It's not as good as Open All Hours, but it's good. Does the job. Yeah, exactly, Lewis. But this is what we said at the start. You've got to keep yourselves in it. And I think that's a huge thing in sport. You saw Middlesbrough. They were outclassed against United. They just stayed in it. If you stay in it and a team can't put you away, you get a chance. Brilliant comment here by Toby. And that is pride. And that is getting someone to do the 10% is purely down to a coach. And, you know, I hate it. I hate it when you hear, like I've got a lot of teacher mates and they talk about, like, students not giving it all. And like I say, that's on you, though, because people will run through brick walls. There was teachers at school I had, and I remember them by name, Dr. White being one. I'd run through a brick wall for him just purely because of how he motivated me. But then there was teachers that I look back now and I think I could have got an A. And it's evident in my GCSEs and A-levels. When I had a different teacher, I'd get a C at GCSE for one subject, then I got an A in another, purely because my train of thought was directed into a more positive light. And running, chasing, running ahead of the ball, off-ball movement, that's a pride thing, but also it's a structural thing. And I get the impression that Dan Harford, and this is controversial, and I'd love the chat's comments. I think Dan Harford was installed with a little bit of passive sexism involved. And what I'll say why is, we've got girls. They're going to be playing football. So we want a nice coach, one that's like an Uncle Harford. Sickens me. Girls can be motivated. Tell you what, some of the best employees I work with at work are girls. Hungry, motivated, driven. I love working with them because they are motivated. Some of the laziest are blokes. Now, it's not a generic thing, but I treat the girls at work the same as the boys. They still have dreams, they have hopes, they have aspirations, and they can have a fight, competitive spirit. I just feel like that is what they've done with Harford. They got someone in who was nice, you know, not controversial. And I think you can push the girls. Thank you very much, Eric. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you very much, mate. Least I can do for you guys and girls. You guys and girls. Exactly. Freedom is a great word. I feel like we've run out. Goz, spot on. Your Mars one. How can you hate him? But I just feel like the AFL, I feel like they just picked a coach who is nice, isn't he? He's nice, isn't he, Half? And I don't like nice. I don't like nice. I want to be pulled up when I'm wrong. And I enjoy it. And I think you can teach people to be like me. You know, some people are scared of criticism. I froth criticism because criticism means I'm one step closer to being perfect. That's what I always think. If you find something I do wrong, I'm one step closer to being perfect. And I'm never going to achieve perfection. But that's my mindset. Exactly. I mean, Harford's career, you see, I think AFLW is treated like this, right? Harford ain't good to be a man's coach, right, in the AFL. So they give him hope that he can cling into the fraternity and turn up to all the crappy functions. He still feels important. Fuck that. Like, get Petter Serling. Get her in. Get a young progressive coach. I'd love Carlton to go, you know what? AFLW is going to be like the round ball with women. It's going to be a career soon. Let's start going for a young, hungry coach, not the traditional mediums. Female coaching, thoughts on her day. I love her. Elise, if you're watching, I fucking love you, Elise. But it's shite. Let's see what Dan Harford's got to say.
That has been excellent today. What are you looking for in this final term?
So we're going to need to win the contest early doors. Get the ball with some speed. Do our forward half. That's going to be the key.
Get the ball with some speed.
We've been able to get them out the back and break the defence a little bit. We just had little moments where the ball's bounced the wrong way. We've missed a handball and just cost us the opportunity to score. So we've had some really good looks. We just haven't quite clicked today.
One big positive, 16 touches, first game back in 48 weeks.
Can't believe he's saying the ball bounced the wrong way as an excuse. Imagine that. You control what you control. Do you know what I mean? You control what you control. I think that's a huge thing that people need to... In life, it's something I say to my kids. Worry about what you control and react to what you can't. A coach saying, oh, the ball's bounced the wrong way, can't plan for it. So who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? You can't plan for it. What can you plan for that? We need to put a bit more pace on the ball. Damn right you fucking do. But a bit of pace with direction. It's all right just being quick. Usain Bolt's quick. Hasn't got a Scooby. He does make me feel sick when he talks. Lewis has nailed it. Eric, is he serious? Unfortunately, I think he is. I wish this wasn't full of electrolytes and it was full of alcohol. So big last fourth quarter then. Harford's going to move it through the corridor with a bit of pace and intensity, he says. Let's have a look. You know what? When he says we should win the ball around the corridor, contest a bit more. How about moving that extra from down behind the ball onto the ball then? There's a start. Revolutionary, that is. That's it. Come on. Barnaby, one of my favourite politicians, a guy who looks like he should be running a farm somehow in politics. Just that's what's great about this wonderful country, though, that Barnaby Joyce can be a politician. He doesn't look like it, does he? Who says Australia ain't the land of opportunity, I tell you. So, to be fair, because of Adelaide's bad kicking, 3 goals, Caesar's in this. It's a big ask, though. Tell you what. It's pants. It's what, Eric, it's what alcohol does to you, my friend. Just casting aspersions. See, Gozer, I think on the outside it's not taken seriously. Do you know what I mean? By the powers that be. And this is where I think by not having it part of the review adds into AFL is second class, I think. I think it's a big message because people pick up on it. And I don't like it. For me, if I was doing this role, AFLW would be the most important sport in the world because that's how you've got to approach it. If I was the coach of the women's, it'd be more important than men's in my eyes because it's my fucking job. Do you know what I mean? And Eric, you spot on. I feel it's not taken serious. Do you know what I mean? By the people in charge of the fucking game for a start, which is a big problem when you're trying to tell everyone to take it serious, is it not? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a big fucking problem. Like, if you're arranging it and you're not taking it serious, you know what I mean? How the fuck is Joe Bloggs going to take it serious? Like, from the website to the reporting, poor. A bit of pressure here. Come on, Georgia, tracker. I'd love the AFLW job. Be a dream job. Wow, there you are. You don't often see that, do you? A handball to your back pocket that goes through for a behind. You like to see it. So 10:27, Carlton got a chance to defend a restart. Let's see how it goes. Kicking defence. It hasn't been too crash hot today. Stoppage would be a dub here. Got the stoppage. Hey, Patrick, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. The curse of the orange socks continues. I'm a big fan of orange socks, though. I like them. Might treat yourself to some. Right, come on. Get this back in. That's such a better kick. It was unlucky. Oh, Grace. It's gone. Oh, Nick, you worked so hard there. You know when you freeze in a certain position? I was frozen in time. Oh, across the face. 11:27. Yeah, I think Tez will put a link up soon. Bit of super coach action with the lads and lasses. You see, all right, I'm not sure the players are serious. That's a coaching issue. I don't think they are either. I think they are in their minds. I don't think they've been trained to be that next level serious. And I think it can be unlocked with right development, right leadership. These 71 leads is good enough. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we live in hope though, Kev. Oh, what advice would I give someone trying to turn their live sound? Minutes turn into hours, hours turn into days, days turns into months, and months turn into lifetimes. That is how I live my life. When you change your habit, as Adelaide are running into an open goal, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Take the little wins. Little wins. Easy goal. And 33-11. But that's probably my advice. Make the change and be proud. I think that's the mistake people make is they expect, like we talked about it earlier, they expect change straight away. And I think as soon as you start thinking like that in any avenue of life, looking for results straight away, it's about enjoying the process and living every moment as it comes. Control what you can and react to what you can't. And if you live like that, I think pretty much you'll be doing it. Do I drink? Fuck, I need to start. I partake in a beer, few and far between though, but I do like a beer. I do like a beer when the time is right. I make sure that I drink for a reason, if that makes sense. I don't just drink out of habit. So if it's a party or a birthday or something, I'll go for a beer. If I'm out football, I'll have a beer, but I tend not to drink at home. Oh my gosh. And here we are. The wheels are falling off. This is where you learn a lot about mindset. Do you know what I mean? A lot about mindset. You have to earn the result. You don't just deserve it. Spam. 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 You have to earn it. And I think enjoy the process. Do you know what I mean? I say that at work a lot. Enjoy learning, because I always think the saddest thing is when you don't learn anymore. You know, I think that's the saddest thing about life, when people stop learning. I love learning. I tell my kids all the time, I miss being at school and learning new shit. I have to now actively learn new shit. I think there's something beautiful about it. And I think that's something you need to do at a football club. Enjoy learning. Count and make you drink. Fucking, I tell you. Scrappy football. Scrappy football. You sounded like Bolton. Probably. Probably. I think, though, like, you've got to learn. Like, I think you have to enjoy the journey of learning. I think in a sports team, that would be, for me, to put it into sports terms so I don't sound like a cop-out, it is about learning new skills. It's about this week being shit around the contest. Next week, it's better. And I'd expect improvement every week. Do you know what I mean? Improvement every week. I think it becomes a problem when you just say green shoots every week and it's the same shit every week. That's a problem. So I'll put that in there. I'll put that caveat in there. No, I don't, because the reason I don't, I'll tell you why, is because they were part of the review. So I don't even think that the men's team has any bearing on this women's team. If it was part of the review, I'd probably shit myself. Yeah, exactly, Lewis. And that's what we're talking about. Like, I know we're joking saying Pom sounds like Hartford, but I mean, like Bolton, but I think they have to enjoy what they're doing. And I don't see a side that is. And I think when you're not enjoying it, it becomes mechanical. It looks really mechanical. It doesn't look free flowing. And now I think when the game is on the line, you see teams that are playing for what they're on about. Do you know what I mean? Teams, what they're playing for on about. And this is just pure switch off. Oh, thank you for the kind words, Richie. Mate, it's something I'm passionate about. If I can make, my pop used to say to me, it's not about how much money you've got in the bank, it's about the lives you impact. And it's something that I try and do. Accountability. Exactly. There it is. Accountability. You've got to be responsible for what you're doing. It's something that we talked about on the Blue Broad Show the other day. This society we live in, thank you very much for the super sticker as well, Greg. You rock, my friend. I think is part of a microcosm of problems in society where we look for a reason why someone's shit, right? Sometimes it's quite simple. It's that person. And I just think I think it's black and white. I think good environments create positive outcomes. And I just see a club at the moment here that isn't. It isn't. It's shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, the system is shit. I mean, when you hear the coach talk, it doesn't inspire you, does it? And I think in a high pressure environment like sport, you need to be inspired every day. I think if you're not, you're going to stagnate. If you're not challenged every day, I don't think you're going to do well. See, enjoy the process. Mate, I think still now at 36, the best thing that happens in my life is when I learn a new skill. Proper froth it, man. Like, I learned a tile last year. Fucking loved it, man. Like, I absolutely loved it. And it's boring, but I loved it. What's your North versus Freo? I've got a sneaky feeling Freo might win that. I don't know why. Girls are still trying to compete at that close ball. You know when you hear Hartford say we're going to try and win the contest and move the ball a bit quicker, fuck off's been done. Oh dear, don't piss in my pocket and tell me it's raining, as my granddad used to say. Pommy, make us happy watching this, mate. I'm sorry the girls can't do it. It's painful to watch. Thanks, mate. Hey, Toby, this is why I do it. It's good. I'll chat a bit of shit. I'll sit here and just spout nonsense, really. Easy gig. We don't have standards. When you don't have standards, spot on. Like, you've got to set expectations and levels and things. And I think it's a bad word. I think people, when you talk about it, people think you're not going to have fun. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a real pressure environment. I think there's something magical, about having it on a board. It's just me, maybe, but I think it's all about how you word it. I think standards, discipline, expectation, they sound shit, right? They sound scary, but genuinely, they're a good thing. They're a good thing. When you bet all you pay on a bet and your team nearly lost the unlosable. Oh, QPR Man City. I still remember that in the pub. I don't think I've ever felt so high and so low at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Horrible day. Good old days. Have Carlton ever won a respects game? I think we've lost every one. I'm pretty sure we've never won in orange socks. I could be wrong. I think it's bizarre as well that when someone like Sabrina Fredericks, who is a total target, signed for next to nothing. Like, fair play to the club for not backing down. But you've also, it's all right waving your willy, I think, in making a bold statement, right? But sometimes if you make a bold statement and you look stupid, which we do now, it's not such a good thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you should be looking fun if you're an AFL player, but that's me. Yeah, it's not so much fun, but I think you can enjoy your work. Do you know what I mean? You can enjoy the work. I think the minute training, as Adelaide have just scored again, 45-11, I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem, and I don't think they're enjoying it. And I think you can have a fun environment and a positive environment with structure. I think what happens at times, people think, oh, fuck, if you're a disciplinarian, you're not going to enjoy yourself. Yeah, you are. Because when you win, it's enjoyable, is it not? When I win, I enjoy it. Kick inside 50. Handball over the top, 2-0. 3 minutes to go, 11:45. I would hate to think. I don't think very good, though. I'd guess 30%. What is the chances of getting Jones back? Good question. I'd love to see if Carlton, if the mandates are lifted, which I don't think they will be. I literally think that is. I think that's a big problem. Do you know what I mean? That I don't think the mandates will be lifted during the season. I think the AFL have signed up to it, even if they're gone from society. I think by the sounds, by speaking to people in the industry, it's an overseeing rule. But I think that's unfair. My personal call is I think it's unfair. But that's the story for another day. But I'm not. So the ball comes in, and Adelaide have another goal, and it's starting to. Michael's taken the words out of my mouth. Wheels have completely gone off. Yeah, that's the problem, and I think for me, I just think they're going through the motions. They can't be enjoying this. I'm not seeing 21 girls out there looking motivated with structures. Do you know what I mean? I don't see it. I don't, for me, see it. And I think needs to be a change, big style. I was listening to Phil Neville talk when he used to coach the women's soccer team. And he said that when he first went into the job, he had this expectation that girls would be different to coach than boys. And he quickly found out they weren't, which I think is a huge thing. Do you know what I mean? A huge thing. See, spot on, Ian. I think we failed to adapt. And I think the good, strong clubs are ahead of the 8 ball. It's something I said at the time with Teague. People were worried because he was a Carlton boy. For me, you've got to get ahead of the curve. Good, strong clubs. Look at big, strong clubs who will run well. Act quick. Act quick. I think the whole giving people time is mental. Do you know what I mean? It's mental to me that people even still talk about that. In a society where things move so fast, spot on. I think you've got to try something different, haven't you? But to me, if Hartford's there, it doesn't matter what you do next week. You could play Chaz and Dave. Exactly. Inspire glory. You've got to inspire. That's a coach's job. Like, people think, what does a coach do? You inspire. Spawn, Chad. Spawn. Like we were saying about Phil Neville. Girls are no different to boys. My wife can cop a bollocking just as well as some of the men do that I know. And she gives out bollockings just as well. I'll tell you what, my wife, when she has a go at me, she's more scary than any man. I tell you. Equivalent of an 80-point loss. Spot on. Spot on. What I will say, I know there's a lot of Taylor Harris chat, but there is a problem with our system. Can you imagine Michael Voss coming out and criticising Sam Walsh for asking for money and effectively trading him there and then? Can you imagine? Total difference for me. Like, can you imagine that? Like, I wouldn't tolerate that. And it still leaves a sour taste in my mouth that was played out by the head coach in the papers. Like, you're meant to be a leader, inspire. Probably another loss again, 30-odd points. Harford's got to go. I tell you, you know what? I'm at the stage now that I'll do this job for free till the end of the year. So Luke says, if you're out there, I will fucking do it for free. Absolute do it for free. SG, see, she's a super talented player. What are we doing there? Like, hey, Paolo, Kira, Terry. Well, I'll tell you what, the game comes to an end, and that was shit. Do you know what I mean? That was, but lots of problems there, right? Lots of problems there. I think if we break that down, they're undermotivated. They have no structure, no guidance, and it's poor. It's poor. It's tough to watch. Like, the only thing that makes me watch this is you guys and girls. Like, I'd rather play Fortnite with my boy, to be honest. I don't even watch that shite. Should just do that next week, me and David. But Chaz and Dave getting back. But a lot of work to do. That's poor, that's devoid. But thank you very much for joining me. I love you all with all my heart. You're legends. Stick fat. Hopefully they'll install me next week, and I'll do a watch along from the touchline. You guys can give me some advice. But love you, Adam. Love you, everyone in chat. Richie, Matthew, Greg, Lewis. You're all legends in my book. See you next week. Thank you very much.